This kill is one of the best ISK, or it is the best ISK value kill I got in the wolf, and one of the coolest kills I got. But it's completely by accident. This wasn't planned. This wasn't something I set up to start or intended to happen. It just happened by accident. And a lot of things in EVE are going to happen by accident. So what happened is I came here to EC, and I had been here the night before. I just logged in. I was on the other side of the gate in Torino's. I logged in, and I saw a hauler landing. It was a Tech 2 hauler. I forget the name of it right now. We're about to find out. And it was Occator. And I saw it landing, and so I decided, well, I just logged in. I happened to be in the right place, right time. Let's just jump through the gate and see if I can catch this thing. Maybe there's a bubble. Maybe there's bubbles on the outbound gate, where I'll catch them in a stop or drag bubble. So let's just give it a shot. Roll the dice. I happen to jump in, and you can see that there is a ton of bubbles already on this gate. So most likely, even though this is a region gate, he's going to end up in a bubble one way or another here. So let's go ahead and get started. So since he's going to end up in a bubble, I need to be able to approach in case he's got a cloak. A lot of times these haulers, even the ones that are warp stabbed, deep space transports, will have cloaks. So you need to be on gate close to 0 with your propulsion running, afterburner or micro warp drive, whatever ship you're in, and ready. So yeah, it's an Occator. Luckily I'm only 10k away, or less than 10k. Approach, lock. Once you have the lock, you can't cloak, but even if you did, I already hit my approach, so I can double click towards him and uncloak him. Go ahead and point and start firing. Now we've got a Tengu that just landed. He could be a problem for me if he engages. Another thing you should know is I messed up right there. What I should have done from the start is I should have done an approach, not an orbit. Orbit doesn't advantage me in any way on this guy. Approach would have given him a bump and bumped him back away from the gate, because his only out right now is to reapproach that gate. So just going to engage and slowly work my way through him. It's going to take a while. They usually have a decent tank. And let's see, is he repping shield? No. He'll probably rep armor, I guess. Tengu didn't engage, so that's good. But I can see that he's slowly moving, very slowly moving towards that gate, and that's starting to worry me a little bit. So I check to see how far that gate is. Yeah, it's taking too long to get through him. He's eventually possibly going to get back to that gate. So what I need to do is I need to get him away from it. We're still 12k away, so the argument could be made that I just bumped him towards the gate right there. The argument could be made that I would kill him before he got to the gate, and maybe I should have just stayed on him. I don't like my odds there, so I decided to go for a bump. Basically, I need to work my bump within my scram range, which means that I need to stay within 9k of him at all times. So when I'm out here, when I'm doing this, I need to run towards the gate until I'm about 5-6k away, turn around and reapproach and go straight at him and try to hit him. And you can watch his velocity. He's at 116, and then boom, drops down to 30, 0, 2. So that hit completely stopped him. And then now I'm going to turn around and hit him again. This hit should send him backwards some. And the whole time I'm doing DPS, even though at a further range I'm doing a little bit less DPS, it's okay because I've got really good fall off, so I'm still doing decent damage to him while I'm bumping, and I'm guaranteeing that he's not getting back to the gate. This bump here pretty much seals it. That knocks him backwards. So now he's moving away from the gate, but the Loki's in. The Loki goes ahead and engages me, which, you can see he's starting to actually apply some damage to me. What I decided right here at this point in the fight is I decided that I don't care if I die. I just want to kill this Occator, because no matter what, this Occator is going to be worth more than my ship, so that's a win. If you know me, then the way I play this game is I want to always challenge myself and I want to put myself in difficult positions, and I want to accept the fact that it's worth dying if I get a good kill. So, if I kill this ship and it's got 500 million ISK in it, and I lose my 70 million ISK, 60 million ISK wolf, then I just did a great fight. That was worth it. So it's worth it. What I need to do now is I need to try to mitigate the damage from that Loki. And the best way to do that is to try to hopefully become hard for him to track. And you can see I just did that. I hit orbit 500 on this hauler. I've knocked him far enough away from the gate now. He's not making it back. There's no way he's going to make it back to the gate. If the Loki was smart and really wanted to save him, the Loki would be bumping him towards the gate, not engaging me. But he tried to engage me. You can see that, let's see, he misses. So right there, you can see, I probably don't need to bring up the drawer here, but he misses. So because now that I'm orbiting, he can't hit me. I'm overloading as much as I can because I really want to kill this guy. But now the Loki's kind of proven to me that he's not a threat. He can't touch me when I'm moving. And another thing the Loki messed up on is the Loki came close. I'm hard to track. He should not be right on top of me. He should be at a distance. Now this is actually the Loki that was webbing this dude so he'd warp fast, and he got too far ahead. So now I decide, well, let's kill the pod because, you know, like I said in my other videos, the pod's often worth as much or more, not in this case, more than the ship. So it's going to be a valuable pod. Go ahead and kill it. And then if you see it come up immediately, it's a good pod, or it has something in it. Maybe not good. I know I can kill this Loki because I saw that his guns can't track me if I get close to him. He can't stop me from getting close to him because I have an afterburner. If it was a micro warp drive and he had a scram, then maybe he could stop me from getting close to him. But now, I don't have to rep again for this entire fight. I'm going to hit that one rep. I'm not even going to hit it, so I don't need it. I would over rep if I repped right now. Stay in close and just hammer this guy. And I pretty much got him. This is a win. But here's the thing. We're on gate at 0, and I think he's starting to notice that he's not making any progress while I am making progress. So Myrmidon's in. That worries me a little bit. But for some reason, the ships that come by, they don't engage. I don't understand that. If I was in a Myrmidon and I saw this, I would go in and I would help the wolf first and then crush the wolf with the Myrmidon. Or help the wolf first, then crush the Loki. I said it backwards. So what I noticed there is that I wasn't making any progress, and I decided to switch to fusion. Sorry, I got a cold. I switched to fusion and started shooting at this guy with fusion, but it's already too late. You can see I wrote in chat, "Don't you de-aggro," because I saw that he stopped shooting me. He knows it's going to take me too long to wear through him. He's got a really big armor buffer. Even with the right damage type, I'm not going to get through him in any reasonable amount of time. And so I realized at this point that it's not even worth it. It's time to de-aggro because I'm just putting myself at risk on this target that can just jump through the gate. It's a waste of my time. So at this point, fight's over, but I need to check that wreck and see what I got, check the kill mail, and see if there's money to be made here. So, trying to figure out why this guy didn't engage. Mortis Angels, PL. He's saying not with a Myrm sitting right there. Oh, so he's worried the Myrmidon was going to help me. Alright, so let's skip forward, firing that kill. I keep pulling it up but not actually looking at it. Look at that, 1.2 billion ISK and all the drops. Now, if you look at it on Zkill, it's actually 1.6 billion with 800 million ISK in loot dropped. 800 million ISK loot dropped. That's pretty sweet. So now, my options are two options. After I cough for a second. I have two main options here. I can blow up the wreck if I want to be really, really nasty. This guy has 800 million ISK in loot right there on the gate. If I wanted to, I could blow up that wreck and make all that money just disappear. That guy would be furious. He would hate me forever. Next time he saw me, he would throw everything he had at me, and maybe it would get me a fight in the future. But I have nothing, this guy is the first time I've ran into him, and it's the first time that, I don't have any reason to want to do that. That doesn't help me in any way, because I'm probably not going to see this guy again. So what I decided to do instead is go and try to just loot this, and I'll see if I can pull that up. I don't have much room to loot, so there was the pod, 71 mil. Get there eventually. He sees what I'm doing, and so he tries to stop me. But just like before, all I have to do is orbit 500, and he can't touch me. Now, I could go engage him, but I've already seen that I can't kill him fast enough. So, rather than waste your time, I'm just going to really fast skip through this. And you can see there's the wreck, 778 million. He's got a Zealot, a Devoter. That's a Slasher, not Slasher, Stiletto, I think. But plenty of loot. And I'm having to rep really hard just to stay alive right now, so I'm going to have to jump out. And then now that I've pulled this up, I can look at it and kind of prioritize. That seems to be the most ISK per M3 is the Tech 2 rigs that I was looking at right there. So now I'm going to drop my 2 mobile warp disruptors off here, jettison them on this side of the gate. I don't care if I lose them, not a big deal. Jettison those on this side of the gate. And then jump back through and see if I can go loot those and then whatever else I can get, and get as much ISK to fill my hold as possible. Because right now I can still loot. There's nothing here that's actually a big danger to me. The Loki is slightly, but it's not a huge danger. So I need to get on the wreck quickly. Find those expensive rigs, medium Trimarks. That's 65 mil. Then I need to quickly try to fill my hold up the rest of the way with other things that are valuable. Cloaks are too big, so I don't really see much there. Let's see what's in that cargo container. I was thinking maybe he put good stuff there. Well, what I think the Loki did is he dumped his cargo or his cap boosters so that he could grab some of the stuff before I blew up the wreck in case I did. So now I'm just grabbing random Tech 2 stuff, just as much stuff as I can, and I'm full. And so now I need to get out of there. And I go back and try again. That's 80 million loot, I think. Yeah, roughly 80 million loot I just pulled out of there. So that pays for a whole new ship. So that one kill right there was both a great kill, but it was also a kill that pays for my ship. So he just paid for me to have a brand new ship easily. And I tried to go back, but they end up bringing more ships. There was a Scorpion there later, and the Scorpion was a little bit too much between the Scorpion and the Loki. I couldn't get back to the wreck to loot, and eventually the guy comes back and loots his own wreck with a Tech 1 hauler. But it was a pretty nice kill.